What is up, IndyCar diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy. As you guys know, we are just a few days away from the start of the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. I know it's not going to be the best Indianapolis 500 to watch, considering, everyone's going to be watching it at home because, yeah, there's no fans going at that track, which, it's going to be a bummer. It's definitely not going to be feeling the same, I will say that. But, however, though, qualifying for this race was quite interesting. And today, I surprisingly have not reviewed this guy yet, but I think it's a perfect time to review this because, man, this guy is looking like a threat to finally get that first Indy 500 win, especially for a legendary name like this guy. We got to talk about Marco Andretti and his 2020 U.S. Concrete Honda Dallara 4 Andretti Autosport. Wow. I mean, we got ourselves a lot to talk about, guys. I mean, Marco Andretti, he has been definitely off of the radar a lot lately, but not for this month, man. Let me say, this guy was, hate to get for my vulgar language, but this guy was fucking fast. Really fast. I mean, holy crap. Where did Marco find this speed? But we're going to talk more about this guy very soon, as we got the packaging right there, and a nice smiling Marco, the Nazareth, Pennsylvania native himself. Came really close to win not only Indianapolis, but also at Pocono. Just hasn't had that much luck lately. But feel free to comment. Feel free to pause the video if you guys want to see that, as I don't really have much time to read an essay for you guys. As much as I like those trading cards, but my God, gotta love that green light. Gives us a nice little story lesson about each driver. But anyways, guys, I'm going to kick off this diecast review and the official unboxing of the Marco Andretti 2020 U.S. Concrete diecast. Alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and before getting started on this diecast review of Marco Andretti's 2020 U.S. Concrete car, let's look at the accessory that comes with this, which, of course, is Marco Andretti's driver card, which is pretty cool. As you guys know, this is, for anybody who does not know, this is the new feature that we got for the trading cards this year. They had a lot more personality to them. Sorry, Marco, just dropped you right there. I'm sure Michael's going to hate me after that. I don't know, Michael Andretti's always pissed off for some odd reason. But, he's a damn Andretti, like AJ Foyt always says. But, and there's the back if you guys want to read that, guys. But yeah, Marco Andretti, man, let's just say this guy has definitely, he has definitely not been the best for the Andretti name. I will say that. Only throughout his 12 years racing in IndyCar, guys, he has only found victory lane twice. And what's not cool about that is we also do got ourselves a nice paint chip where the U.S. Concrete logo is. But yeah, Marco Andretti, guys, has only won twice. And his first win came at the 2006 Sonoma race. And his last win, and last time he ever went to victory lane, was all the way back in 2011 at Iowa, when he drove that Venom Energy car. God, that was a beautiful paint scheme. Did I say paint scheme? I meant livery. Oh, God. Oh, God. I just mixed that term up again. Don't kill me, Rob. That's what I get for being a NASCAR and IndyCar fan. But, heck, got every right to, mix that shit up because first of all, guys, this livery, it's been basically the same livery that Marco Andretti has driven since, 2017, 2018. The U.S. Concrete scheme has not changed at all, except for that 1 year at last year's Indianapolis 500, where he did a throwback livery to his grandfather, Mario Andretti, which is pretty damn awesome. That was a cool livery, and he qualified in the top 10, but then once that race started, my God, you want to talk about slow as molasses? That car was slow. Holy crap. But little did we know that a year later, and this guy would be starting on the pole for the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500, along with all the other Andrettis. My God, I don't know where Honda found the speed, especially for the Andrettis, but holy crap, they were fast. Really fast. Of course, I was going for my guy, Hinchcliffe. But the Penske's were slow, which was odd because, the last two times that we've been to the Indy 500, Penske has won. So it's kind of odd seeing them slow, especially, the defending champion, Simon Pagenaud. God, that was such a good race. Sorry, I'm being really biased, but this is a cool looking car, guys, especially with, of course, the not really newly configured aero screen, but there it is in the diecast form. This one does stick out a lot more, so this is probably the worst aero screen I've seen by far in terms of quality, but because it does stick out. But Greenlight's done a decent job. Sometimes you'll get some screw-ups like that. Nice paint job on the cockpit roof cam. That's what I meant, roof cam. But, you know, roof cam for the cockpit, which is pretty cool. I mean, it still looks nice. My God, the aero screen definitely did its justice, though, at that Iowa race, man. My God, we almost had a scary incident right there with Renus VK and Colt Herta, but definitely did the trick, man. I will say that. So, I mean, the aero screen is a great addition for IndyCar, and I'm loving them on the diecast as well. Especially how Greenlight was able to get this. I mean, this is metal, man. This is metal. Where the rail is, that is metal. I mean, it looks like it's a separate piece. You can see where it's like pegged or glued in there. So again, not the best quality I've seen on this car by far, but this ain't the only time we're getting a Marco Andretti car. We're also going to be getting his Sergi car as well, or however you pronounce that, Sergi or Serger, Serger, I believe that's what it's called. But that's I believe that's a livery that he drove during the iRacing races at Barber, and I think it was at another iRacing track. I mean, as you guys know, IndyCar also ran an iRacing series as well when, you know, shit was hitting the fan. I mean, it still is, but at least we got racing going on. I mean, it's still going to be depressing not seeing any fans, man, but let me tell you what, man, if Marco Andretti can pull this off, I mean, first of all, this is a long time coming. I mean, he should have won the 2006 Indianapolis 500. Should have. I'm still a little salty that Sam Hornish Jr. won. Still am a little salty. I mean, I'm sure the NASCAR fans out there are going to like that, are going to like seeing Sam Hornish win because, you know, Hornish did okay in NASCAR. He did win some races in the Nationwide Series. But I wasn't really a big fan of Hornish growing up. I really wasn't. I really wanted that Andretti to win. But the damn Andretti curse just kept on continuing. And it kept continuing and continuing until we finally get to this year. Can this be the year Marco Andretti can finally bring some speed back in the Andretti name and lift the Andretti curse and finally join what his dad couldn't have not done and win the Indianapolis 500? That would be freaking awesome, man. That'd be really damn awesome. But one thing I really like about this car, guys, is that you see where the fuel cell is. I mean, I don't really see this on any other car. I've seen it with Marco's car for some odd reason, or some of the Andretti's as well. But this is where the fuel cell is, where that goes, where you can put fuel in, and it says you get in what you get out, or something like that. That's pretty cool. That's a nice sense of humor right there. But I do like this, man. But if you end up finding this car, I mean, it's not as... I mean, like I said, it's the same livery as last year's. Speaking of the devil, here's last year's livery, which, right off the bat, I mean, there is one thing that I do got to note is some sponsor differences. The Universe logo definitely looks a lot more different. A lot less green, but I think that blue logo looks really nice. The outer screen, of course, is different as well. And, of course, we do got the IndyCar Series logo as well for this time. Look at that. There's both. We do got some, we got a paint chip on the Napa logo from last year's. Andretti chrome nose, which looks really good on the U.S. Concrete scheme. I don't mind the U.S. Concrete scheme. I don't mind it, but I mean, I'm glad that they made a different version of the U.S. Concrete car from last year. Because, you know, I will admit, this is probably the most, I mean, if you had asked me, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's more plain. The Penske liveries, I'm kind of biased with Penske, or some of the Andretti liveries. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is probably my least favorite Andretti livery. Ironically, it's an Andretti car. But it's still nice. It still is. I probably would recommend getting it. But if you can find his Indianapolis 500 car from last year, get that sucker. Because my God, that thing was selling like hotcakes. And let me tell you what, if Marco Andretti can pull this off out of his ass, and finally get what he deserved in 2006, I highly recommend getting this car. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are probably going to want to get this car, and you can get this car at Gutswear. That is the place to go to get all the newest diecasts for IndyCar. But anyways, guys, this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. Thank you so much for watching this Diecast review of Marco Andretti's 2020 U.S. Concrete Honda Dallara for Andretti Autosport. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot more IndyCar Diecast reviews as we lead up to the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. Sad I'm not there. I usually am every year. But whatever, though. We're still going to have a good time, and we are going to see who is going to be crowned this year's Indianapolis 500 champion. This has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. I'll catch you guys later with some more IndyCar Diecast reviews. I love Indy. Hey!